Hey guys, how are you doing? Then today is another Friday, and then tomorrow is the weekend in Hong Kong, and I hope you enjoy your weekend first. Our portfolio haven't been doing any trade for quite a long time, huh? Quite a long time. So yesterday I buy in AMD. Who doesn't know AMD, right? I think all of you know AMD is advanced micro device, right? It's very famous. If you have a PC, if you have a notebook, then I'm quite sure you have AMD's product. So actually, I'll share with you the basic knowledge of AMD and share with you, and then the reasons why I buy AMD and her 2020's performance. Actually, I'm waiting for her 2021 Q1's performance, but I think it's okay, right? So actually, let us start yet. And then our Falcon portfolio. 14 months, then we moved it to the final result is 71%. Last week is 66%, and then yesterday is 71%. From 350,000 US dollar to nearly 600,000 in 14 months. I think that is I think that's okay, right? If you want me to analyze any stock or to discuss, some of the readers want me to discuss about Bumble and Match, and I will give you some news at the end of this video, and probably I will do it in the next video. So if you have any stock you want me to analyze, or you have any new topics want me to discuss, you can directly email to me, US Stock Market Weekly at gmail.com, or leave your message under the YouTube. So that is AMD Advanced Micro Device. So this is our Falcon portfolio. Yesterday I buy in AMD at US dollar 82 per share, and I buy in 800 shares, right? I buy in 800 shares, and actually our portfolio is no cash left already. So maybe I will consider to sell out some. I don't know, just to sell out some. But actually you can see the performance is still okay, right? For Google, we increased it nearly 100% in 2 years, 100%. For Apple, we increased it 70% in 1 year and 3 months. And for Visa, it's not doing very good, right? We hold it for 1 year and nearly 1 year and 7 months. It's 26% only. And then PayPal, we do it for 1.5 years, is 169%. Even Adobe, we just hold it for 14 months, right? 14 months, we get 50%. So let's see how AMD do it. So yesterday, Dow Jones rise up to her peak again, and then not the same, right? It's over 14,000 already. So as we said, then it's doing quite good. So this is AMD office building outside. And actually, if you want to buy the tech stock about the CPU, GPU, you don't have much choice. And actually, there are those very hot ones. And I'm not saying that they just hot one. They should be the monopoly, not only in USA or over the world. The first one is TSM. We have it already. It's doing for Wafer and OEM. And then it has a top technology all over the world. Now it's setting up 5 factories in USA with the USA government and then Apple. And then another one is NVIDIA. NVIDIA is doing for GPU and OEM for long ago. And then now she announced that she will go for her own CPU. But just announced it, we don't know. Then the new CPU called the Grace will be launched on 2 years later, right? So actually, NVIDIA is quite like AMD, or AMD is quite like NVIDIA, and then AMD is doing GPU and OEM. Of course, for some CPU from AMD is an OEM. She doesn't have her own CPU manufacturing. Now NVIDIA wants to manufacture her own CPU. And then another one, we all know it, Intel, and very, very old company, right? Intel is doing everything, CPU, GPU, and OEM. She also wants to do Wafer, but actually she failed it, so she has to buy from TSM. And then now she is also announced to have the factory, one factory in America, right? And then the Samsung, all know that, we know that, right? Chips, CPU, and end products like mobile phone, every electrical appliance. And then is Apple. Apple is doing her own CPU, and then the end products like the MacBook, iPhone, whatever, right? So actually, we all know that you do not have much choices on those tech stock, right? So why I choose AMD? The normal reply from Charlie Munger is it has potential low, something like that, right? He always reply like that, right? So actually, the business sectors for AMD has 5. She has 5 sectors, right? We should be all know for 1 or 2 sectors, and I'm quite sure you will have one or 2 of your products that you're using is from AMD. And the first one is personal computer, PC, right? The CPU inside your computer may be from AMD. So that is for CPU and the motherboard, right? And that is the Ryzen 5000 series. Within this sector, AMD is doing quite good. She is the number 1 already, right? And then the second one is, we call it mobile device. Mobile devices normally is for notebook. Normally is for notebook, right? So AMD is doing a 5000 series as well. So she is also doing very good in the mobile device sector. That means for PC and mobile device sectors and notebook, actually AMD already take it. All right. So put it aside. And the first sector is very important now to everyone. Everyone, not only AMD, is the server, and you can call it data center now. This one, because now is doing everything. We know that everything now is for AI. We call it artificial intelligence. So you have to rely on data center like Amazon, Google, Tencent, whatever, Oracle, whatever. You depends on data center, and the data center need to have the GPU because need for calculation, not only graphics, calculations. So GPU is another market that is a hard battle for everyone, like NVIDIA, like Intel, everyone. In USA, in Asia, in China, Europe, wherever, you have a strong data center, and also all data center need to have a very strong GPU for fast calculation, right? So actually, this part is the hard battle for all of them. And then another one is the so I put it under red color because this is the target, but actually AMD is just working on it. It's just working on it. It's not getting the highest market share. And then another one is Radeon, also the GPU. A lot of users for Radeons, like you do the mining, right? Like you do the mining for the Bitcoin, for Ethereum, something like that. For a lot of users, like the electric car, you need to have the Radeon, right? You need to have the GPU. And also for this sector is a hard battle. Not only AMD. Another strong one is NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a very tough guy. And then the last one is gaming. You all know that, right? Gaming is 2 parts. Work together. One is the GPU, one is the CPU. That means the GPU, you have to operate by the GPU. And then for this series, don't know, AMD has some market share, but not taking all of them, just part of it. Or you can say it's shared with NVIDIA. So this is the 5 business sectors for AMD. So I will introduce a little bit on the server and gaming. On the server and data center, actually the revenue of AMD drops in last year. But it is because of the production capacity. I think it's probably because of TSM, right? So actually, this is not the problem of AMD. Everyone for GPU, for data centers, production capacity drops because TSM drops, right? And the big customers for data center is continuous, like Google, Micro Center, Microsoft, Tencent, AWS means Amazon, and then Oracle. She still has a lot of big customers support her, so it's still okay. But actually, she is not getting the biggest market share on the data center. But this sector is very important. And then another one is gaming. Like I pay a lot of video games, right? Like PlayStation, like Xbox Series. Then there is GPU plus CPU. For CPU, we all know which one is the best, Intel. For GPU, which one is the best, NVIDIA. But when two work together, AMD is still the best, right? So quite strange, right? And then actually for this part, AMD is continuously getting support from Sony and Xbox. I don't know Nintendo. Let me give you some pictures to refresh your memory, right? Ryzen, or call it Ryzen, something like that, right? This is the third generation CPU. It's the 5000 series. So you check when you buy a new PC, you should inside the box. If you use this one, you will see this logo or see this box. That is from AMD. And this is Lisa Su, right? And she is the hero of AMD. She is the latest hero of AMD. Actually, without her, AMD is still right? Because actually she is giving up to making the manufacturing. She just buying the CPU and then buying the wafer, and then for assembling, and then it saves AMD. AMD is nearly died a few years before. So actually, Lisa is the hero of AMD. And then what's on her hand is a GPU. Those are the fans. If you're playing games, you should know that for Xbox and also for your PC, there is one GPU like this one to reduce the fan, is to reduce the heat, right? Some of them need two fans, and if you did any mining before, you will have a rack. One rack maybe for 10 of this GPU. It consumes high electricity, and then one few years before I bought 20 GPU card. I can't remember it's AMD or NVIDIA. Probably it's NVIDIA. It's very expensive. It's 3,000 or 4,000 Hong Kong dollar per one piece. And now for advanced, I think some is more than 8,000 Hong Kong dollar. That means 1,000 US dollar per one piece. It's very expensive now. So this is the fat wrapper. So for the mining and for other jobs. So let us take a look on AMD's financial performance on last year. It's last year. We're looking for this year's Q1 result, but it's not launched yet. So you can see from left to right is the first quarter, second, third, and fourth quarter. And then you can see the revenue is continuous rising up. And for the net income, for the last one, for the red letter 1.3, it is the tax compensation. So actually we should deduct this out, so you can get it 0.48 all in US dollar billion. The increment from Q3 to Q4 on the net profit is 23%. It's doing very good. And then how much cash on hand? A lot, 0.229 billion. And long-term debt is decreasing. And you can see the net profit rate increasing since last third quarter, nearly to 14 and then 14.8. So I have summarized the total net income and then the cash on hand and the long debt. So it's quite safe now. And then for AMD has some projections few weeks before on the Q1 result. Actually, the result should be more or less as Q4. More or less or Q4, maybe just few percent difference. But that is already a very amazing result already. And the business for AMD is still growing, right? So I have kept it. So you can see if you buy AMD on 2016, it's just few dollars, maybe just $4. So it rises 20 times already, right? So we can see the last quarter's net income, the growth rate is 23%. And then now the PE ratio is 40%, quite safe for us, right? Quite safe for us. The business okay, right? And then the seems in good shape, and the finance is okay, and the debt is okay, and the cash is okay. And then we can say that actually Nvidia, Intel, AMD may be the monopoly. Just those three. I not seeing that it will drop its market share in PC, in notebooks, in gaming, in data center. I don't see it. So I think it will still growing for at least 1 or 2 years. That's the reason why I buy in AMD. I'm thinking that actually Nvidia is still good, but Nvidia is a little bit more expensive, and Nvidia will use a lot of money for the CPU because it's for manufacturing, and then the fixed expenditure may be very high. But for AMD it's very lightweight, right? Because it's just buy in and then assembling. Buy in and assembling and focus on the technology of that. So actually those three, they are not completely overlapped. Like TSM. TSM is very advanced technology, but only for wafer. Samsung also for cell phone, right? So actually that's the reason I buy AMD. I think it's quite safe. We don't know. We'll see, right? And you can see the last quarter's net income, the growth rate is 23%. To support PE ratio 40, I think is good enough. Huh? Okay, so we take some time to talk about the Facebook. Actually, Facebook is quite aggressive or quite monopoly, because actually now she is focused on the social social media, on the dating, right? And then it turned this out. She spotted Match, and then she spotted Bumble, Tinder. That's the reason. And then you can see that Facebook tests video speed dating events with Sparkle. So how it works is it will provide, just from very initially, right? Facebook is testing this feature already. Not launched yet, but testing. For what? Then actually from the news is Facebook will offer a 4 minutes free time. Then if say I'm a man, right? Then I find another one with the picture. I like this girl. Then I try to link up with her, and then we can all see each other on a cell phone. If she okay, if she accept, or if I accept. But we only limited to 4 minutes. Maybe just seeing each other, or you can type some text. That's not very difficult, very high-end technology now already, right? Very easy for everyone to do it, right? The server quick enough, and your network quick enough is okay. And then after 4 minutes, it dropped it. So you have to pay for monthly fee, something like that. You have to pay. So you will check really online. It doesn't like Match. It doesn't like Tinder. It doesn't like Bumble. I don't know. Maybe for Match, I know that it's only a liaison on the you can check on the website, you can check online, you can exchange your email address, you can exchange your Facebook, whatever. But Facebook is doing better. You can directly check on the Facebook, but only 4 minutes. So if you want to go further, then you have to pay. This is a good idea, right? And nothing better than you can see each other on the mobile phone, right? But the point is, will this hurt Match? I think so. Because Facebook reach everyone, and it depends on the fee. Or maybe you don't know, you don't want that one, you don't know this guy, right? You don't know this girl, you don't want her to see you first, right? And you can just select chatting, not doing any video. It's up to you. So actually Mark is very smart, right? So actually you can see, right, on the screenshot, right? So you can see this girl, and then you can meet face to face, go on to a series of 4-minute video days. If you both have a great time, follow up with a 10-minute day, something like that, but you probably need to pay. Right, something like that, right? So actually it's a very smart idea, and then I think it may probably hurt Match or Bumble, probably. You can see Facebook share price is very strong. It gets to her new high already. You can see it, right? So actually, to compare to 1 year before, it rises nearly a double. And then now Facebook is going for the pay. Right? We know that, right? It's going for the pay. Try to step in India, try to step in Brazil, right? And then now it's doing the dating. If it successfully do it, then it will be dramatic for Facebook, because actually Facebook has all the contacts nearly all over the world except for China. So if she also do the speed dating, and do the speed dating within the country first, and then is across countries, then its income maybe something like that. We don't know, right? Actually, we should focus on Facebook, right? Although I don't know this guy, because actually in the past president election, I don't think Facebook is doing well. But actually, Facebook is Facebook, right? So you can see Bumble, the price dropped a lot. Match, so not going up, not going down, something like that. Just adjusting. So actually it's like that. Probably next time, then if no special things, then I may discuss on the performance of Bumble and then Match, and then compare the to more news maybe leaked from Facebook, right? Okay, thank you for watching, and then please give me a like if you like this video, and then you can leave your comment under the YouTube, or you can email to me at usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com, and then please share this video link if you like, and then please hit the subscribe, and then on the right hand side the bell icon, so whenever there is a new video uploaded, you will be informed. Okay, thank you for watching, and then I hope everyone have a very nice weekend. See you next week. Bye bye.